Hey, what is up, nerds, geeks, and collectors alike? Today we are doing a little toy hunt because the new Transformers Rise of the Beast figures are here. As excited and as happy as I was to see these figures in the wild, unfortunately I couldn't pick up any of them since their prices are ridiculous. These Voyager class figures are 2,999 Philippine pesos, which translates about 60 US dollars, which is the price point for leader class, and even their deluxe class are 1,899, which translates for about 38 US dollars. And right now I can see it already. They're going into clearance sooner or later. Here we have some Beast Alliance Optimus Primal, and here we have a Nightbird, which I think this is the gimmick thingy. And here we have Revenge of the Fallen Megatron for Rise of the Beast. I think that's just something they thrown in there. Here we have Blitzwing labeled as Starscream, and here we have Earthspark Megatron. And I think we've run out of Twitch here. Let's see. Here we have Bumblebee at the back, and I think that's another Megatron at the back. And here we have some authentic Soundwave RC. And yeah, that's about it for this place. Oh, here we have some Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime mask. And here at the top, I think, oh, we have some Titan class here. And of course, here we have what's rumored to be the CGI render of the Nightverse Megatron, which is really cool to see. But again, that is a Earthspark, or excuse me, Cyberverse repack of Megatron. Here we have some one-step changers. Here we have Bumblebee, here we have Rhinox, and here we have Optimus Primal, which are really cool to see as well. And here we have some core class, Optimus Prime, Barricade, and here at the bottom we have Bumblebee again. And it's just these three actually. Even at the back, they're identical. These are the characters for the first wave of the mainline Transformers Rise of the Beast. And moving on here to SM Fairview Toy Kingdom, just the same with added Studio Series. There we have Studio Series Bumblebee, Air Razor, Dinobot Sludge, and Studio Series Cheetor, but the rest are the same. And moving on to Toys R Us, here again, just the same mainline figures. They all drop at the same dates. Again, no Studio Series figures, but we do have Rhinox, which is fun to discover because that is actually the first time I see him out in the wild. Same goes for these guys because this is actually also the first time seeing the single pack Beast Alliance. And here we are at the Multiverse. This is one of my favorite stores because they are jam-packed with a lot of cool stuff, ranging from comic books, Funko Pop, as well as different 6-inch figures, and so much more depending on your preference. And there we have Spider-Man at the corner and a bunch of Funko Pops. Starting off with the Star Wars section, here we have the Bad Batch Echo, and here we have Mandalorian Dark Troopers, the Grand Inquisitor, as well as Riva just beside him right there. And putting this back, here we have a Throne Room Boba Fett. I actually already have this figure for quite some time now, so I don't need to pick this one up. Here we have Bad Batch Omega, which is a pretty cool figure, pretty cool find. And here we have a What If Infinite Lightside Vader with a what seems to be a smash box that I'm trying to open with one hand. And here we have the white Darth Vader with a smashed box. But I think the one behind it is in pretty good condition. There we have the smash box, unfortunately, but fret not. We have another one in a better condition. If you want to pick this guy up, you do have that option. And there is another one just below this. And moving on to the other lines, here we have the G.I. Joe, the Power Rangers, as well as some Mattel and Hasbro Marvel Legends. And here we have the DC Multiverse McFarlane figures, as well as the Avatar at the top. And interestingly enough, they have the Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows, but I already have these two figures. Here they have the 86 Studio Series Transformers the movie Ironhide, as well as RC. And they have Legacy Hotshot. If you're looking for that, here they are. And here we have G2 Laser Prime, which is a pretty cool figure. I wanted to pick that up, but not for that insane price. Here we have this on discount, the Wolverine and Hulk 80th anniversary for Marvel. And here we have Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, What If Red Skull, and I think they have the complete Fantastic Four. Here we have Reed Richards, Susan Storm, The Thing, and all we're missing is, there he is, the Human Torch. I also think they have the High Evolutionary as well as Firelord at the back. And ooh, this is an interesting find, White Vision from WandaVision, which I didn't expect to see at all. Here we have Red Skull, Classic Loki from the Loki series, Marvel Girl, and a bunch of Amazing Fantasy. Here we have Legacy Evolution Sludge. And yeah, we also have the Retro Symbiote Spider-Man, Gwen Stacy, Hobgoblin, and Peter Parker, and another Hobgoblin. And moving aside this Toy Biz Iron Man, here we have two Beasts, the Classic as well as the Gray Beast. And at the back here we have Archive Thrawn. At the back of this McFarlane Classic TV series Batman, which I'm not interested in. And the other one is an Imperial Death Trooper. And next stop is Philbars. And same with the multiverse, just the same stock, because the multiverse is actually just another Philbar store that is in SM North. But this one has a lot more selection when it comes to their merchandise and stock. As you can see right there, just more options to choose from. And here we are at the next stop, and truth be told, I'm not expecting much because this place usually just stocks merchandise targeted for kids, so I'm not expecting anything that I would personally want to pick up. Back then they used to have Studio Series and Marvel Legends, but not anymore, even Black Series. But we do have Crash Bandicoot here, which is pretty cool, pretty interesting. Might pick it up, might not. Not really that of a big fan of Crash Bandicoot, but I do enjoy the games. And moving on to the Gunpla model kit. And ooh, interestingly enough, I used to have this Master Grade Barbados, but I sold it because one day it decided to jump off the shelf and lose her mouthpiece, and it fell into the void and I never saw it again. So I decided to sell it, and the Daenerys Targaryen is still here. God knows how long she's been here. I shit you not, she has been here since I was a kid and no one's picked her up, even as she went on clearance. And for our final stop, here we are at Toys R Us Trinoma. And again, mainline figures, but there is something unique with this Toys R Us. Taking another look at Optimus Prime, I really want to get this guy, but not for $60 US. No way, Jose. And there we have Rhinox at the back, and he does look cool. That was a mistake. I shouldn't have looked at the back of the box because I really want to get this guys, but not for that price. But I do foresee them going into clearance sooner or later. I really hate seeing this price tag. Just between you and me, I really hate it. Here at the McFarlane aisle, nothing really that catches my attention. here we have the Arkham Batman in detective mode. And here we have DC Atom and Heatwave from the Flash Wave. Not sure if that's Elseworld because the Flash figure really reminds me of Elseworld Flash. And the unique part of this Toys R Us is the display. Here we have Marvel Legends in all their glory. And yeah, a bunch of spider stuff. And we do have the new Spider-Verse. Here we have Peter B. Parker, Miles Morales, The Spot. Here we have Spider-Man 2099 and Jessica Drew. Unfortunately, no Spider-Gwen. And here we have Black Series. Here we have the Power Rangers. And they do have the new Power Rangers, the Mighty Morphin new Power Rangers. And here we have Transformers as well as the Eternals. They just can't get rid of the Eternals. Here we have some Beast Wars and Legacy, some Studio Series. Ooh, Battle Trap. I really want to get that Battle Trap. That looks pretty cool. But yeah, I'm on the hunt for Scourge. I'm either gonna save up for Scourge or I'm gonna settle for Battle Trap. And more display of the Legacy line. These are the new figures. And here we have the Marvel Legends in display, which is pretty cool for this store to have. Here's something we haven't done in a while, a collection update. And as you can see right here, this is what I have on my top shelf. Some Infinity Gauntlets, some lightsabers, some Star Wars ships, Chewbacca, and more figures that are still in packaging. Here we have a Transformers The Last Night Optimus Prime voice changing helmet. And here we have the top shelf in its entirety. And for the first shelf, we have the same Studio Series Movie 1, Movie 2 with a mix of Nightverse. Here we have the Autobots, the Decepticons, and here we have the Nightverse as well as the Rise of the Beast Bumblebee right there. And yeah, it remains unchanged with some added characters. And here we have the second shelf, still Studio Series. We have Devastator and the Wreckers and the Dark of the Moon cast. And I forgot to mention the added Bayway figures in both Studio Series shelves. So yeah, here's all of the Dark of the Moon characters with Devastator. And here we have the Age of Extinction / The Last Night figures. And as you can see, here we have the Autobots, the Dinobots, as well as the Decepticons with some added Fate characters since they do fit the medieval theme of these movies. And they do kind of fit, so I really like how they turned out. And here we have the Marvel, well, with the mix of one Power Ranger and one G.I. Joe figure. Here we have the MCU right here, which is coming along nicely. I am missing a Professor Hulk as well as a Hawkeye to complete my original 6 in their final form, which would wrap up my MCU collection. And here we have the Japanese robots, if I would call it, the Gundam with a mix of G1 and Combiner Wars Windblade. And here we have my all-time favorite Shattered Glass Optimus Prime as well as Tarn. I really like these guys. And apart from looking very cool, they are color purple, which is my favorite. And moving on to the Star Wars side, there we have my credit collection Mandalorian, the first wave, as well as the New Republic main characters. Beside them are the prequel Clone Wars characters right there. And behind all of them are my Mafex Revenge of the Sith Darth Vader. And at the other side, here we have the sequel trilogy, which is Kylo, Luke, and Rey with Poe. And here we are at the older line figures. Here we have Masterpiece Optimus Prime, Masterpiece Bumblebee, another Bumblebee, Battle Hooks Optimus Prime, and still in packaging, and with the mix of McFarlane Justice League. Not to mention that McFarlane has yet to release a classic Wonder Woman and Hawkgirl. I do want to assemble the Justice League Unlimited roster. And moving on to the comic book shelf, which is mostly comprised of Spidey characters. As you can see right there, I have the cell shaded Spider-Man still in box, as well as the X-Men Dark Phoenix still in box, with a mix of comic Avengers. So yeah, that about wraps it up for my collection update. So that's about it. Till next time, see ya.